bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Sliding out of the pocket, going to Rawls on the dump-off. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Derek Johnson. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm hearing my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 1st down, it's Charles again. And a short gain across the 17-yard line. And credit the tackle to Cliff Avril.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Here's Smith. He's got the hook up with Conley. A huge play there on the screen pass. 41 yards.
And depending on the type of screen called, especially when you're throwing it with one of your wideouts, it's different blocking. Sometimes you get great blocking from the other wide receivers helping you. And how about sometimes getting it from the offensive linemen who sell it like a regular screen pass and then get out in front of the receiver and help him get downfield. Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
To throw is Smith. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. And this one is no good. He missed it, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's a 2nd missed field goal here in this 1st half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He's going to look deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. After the interception, here's Smith. Screen pass to Charles. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Smith now to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 39 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Throwing again is Smith. Going up top. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Charles, while we have a second, we have to give a shout-out to Joe Thomas. It's been a tough year in Cleveland, but tell them what Joe Thomas accomplished.
He just played his 10,000th snap in a row.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 77 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Back to throw, Smith. Steps in, and he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. But
now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Charles, as we glance back at Week 12 for a second, of all the games that were played, maybe that Chiefs-Broncos the most significant when you look at the playoff picture?
Most significant and maybe best played. I mean, think about all the excitement that went into that game, all the big plays, both sides having a chance to take control, Kansas City ultimately winning it. But Gary Kubiak, the head coach of Denver, his decision with about a minute to go to try the 62-yard field goal, that's the one that may come back, because they had a chance to go ahead and take an overtime tie and put that on their record. Instead, it contributed to a loss.
Yeah, and it dropped the Broncos to 7-4. The Chiefs up to 8-3 behind the Raiders. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Jamal Charles. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Smith. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Smith. He's going to go deep for Conley. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 42 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the red zone now, Smith. Caught, Kelsey, left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. This will be caught at about the 6. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll come out in the pistol. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it is incomplete. And as we sit on the doorstep now of Week 13, need to talk playoff picture. Let's look at the AFC. The Patriots at 9-2. The Raiders at 9-2. I don't know that they're getting the credit they deserve. So many people talking about New England.
I would agree with that. They're having that type of a season, their first winning season since 2002. And they have their sights set a lot higher than that now. But how about Kansas City? They went to Oakland earlier this year and beat them by 16 points. So head-to-head, the Chiefs know that they're one of those teams that you've got to beat in the playoffs.
And coming off a heck of a win over Denver. On 2nd down, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. After the interception, here's Smith. Caught here by Conley. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd down now after the pass completion. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. Short yardage situation. Here's Charles. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Don't forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here's Charles. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamaal Charles, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are a two-point conversion away from tying this thing up. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. They'll let Charles try and get him in. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for two. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Third and long, it's Wilson going for the deep ball. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
To throw on second down is Smith. And his throw is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith surveying the field. Looking and got his man complete. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Here's Smith. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 37 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Again, Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're buried deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. It's caught on the left side by Kearse. A gain of 6 there on first. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They come out here in the I. 3rd and short. It's Procise. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he cuts it out right sideline. Some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. C.J. Procise. 52 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Play fake for Charles. Now Smith. He's going to let it go again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touch. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They go back to the air here after the INT. Caught, Kelsey, left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Smith. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help the team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal. Well, you just totally get the sense there that a field goal was not in the game plan at all.
And the boys up front, they created the surge. I think they knew that they had the leverage advantage.
Oh, that's a great point there. Being able to get lower than the defensive front, create just enough space. And I love when those quarterbacks get low and slide in there and get it done. Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Jeremy Maclin, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Smith. standing tie. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happened. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Wilson on second down, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The grab made by Kearse over the middle. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And you see zone defense, and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call. You got to be.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second down following the incompletion. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he finds a man with a crossing route. That one goes for 24 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's get back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they needed. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ramik Wilson, no relation. Leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 4th and 4.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Baldwin with it over the middle. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And now here comes Kansas City. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Wilson down around his goal line. And that is incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Now Jamal Charles on third down. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On 1st and 10, Smith. Screen pass to Charles. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
This is taken around the 12. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. He's back to throw. He's got time. Look at the time. Buying time to his left. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. Pass incomplete.
That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
They'll look to throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Going to Rawls on the dump-off. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. The ball was tipped and fell incomplete, but it was tipped up in the air, so the guys on defense, they had to feel like that was a big opportunity. And
look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And Hill with it over the middle. And he's going to get this one all the way up to the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it.
He got a thing for Latin. He wanna hear a little Spanish. Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Dalton's Bengals going up against Wilson's Seahawks. And with that, we'll send you up to the Pacific Northwest and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, home of the 12s. So we'll welcome in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks. Now a play fake here on first down. And left side here, it's Graham. 13 yards on the game's opening play for Graham. He hauled in 6 catches in Week 12, 67 yards. And by the way, a happy belated birthday to Mr. Graham. Turned 30 on November 24th.
Oh, that's very nice of you. You're so considerate. I like that.
Oh, thanks.
And you know,
be here all week.
And you know what else he really likes?
What?
His health.
Yeah, absolutely.
The knee is back, totally sound. He's running around like the Jimmy Graham we knew in New Orleans and making those big-time plays where he goes over the top of everyone to catch the ball.
On second down, Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
Now Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Jones. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Hill, the lone setback. He's going to get the football. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Flush to his right. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
7 yards remain now on 3rd down. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And over the middle, it's LaFell. And he's got some space here. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. And give him a gain of 37.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
First drive for this offense today, and our first chance to get a look at Tyler Eifert.
And he's part of the new wave of tight ends in the NFL. They use them in every position, sometimes even by themselves as a wide receiver.
On second down, Hill. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Gio Bernard, of course, done with the torn ACL, unfortunately. Jeremy Hill in Week 12 did a nice job in the passing game, 61 yards, Charles, but only 21 yards running the ball.
And that's the issue for the Cincinnati Bengals because they are built to run the ball first, and that establishes their tone. That is their identity. And when they don't get that going and they have to resort to throwing it 48 times, it often leaves them in a tough position.
So on fourth down, Marvin Lewis sends on the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
And out now come the Seahawks. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Adam Jones. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And Eifert, who's a native of Fort Wayne, Indiana, 68 yards and a touchdown grab in Week 12.
And they were so happy to get him back. Remember, he got hurt in the Pro Bowl last year, and then he got another injury during the season as he tried to return to active duty. Once he got on the field, they loved having him because he becomes that extra target to take pressure off of A.J. Green and make big plays. But now he's become a primary receiver, and they'll cover him differently.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. 4th down. Dalton wants to throw. Give him 8 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Hill, the lone setback. Now they'll run it on the taunts. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Dalton bootlegs out. And this is going to be incomplete. Brandon LaFell, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards.
That's a really fine play there because anytime you see a comeback route, that means you cannot just stay in one spot and make a play on the ball. You've got to move your feet and move with the receiver, and that's exactly what he did.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They go back to the air here after the INT. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 59 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now Wilson being chased out left. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Shift together here from the D-line. Dalton with a give to Hill. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 18 yards there and a 1st down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Hill, the lone setback. And Dalton to throw. Boyd's the target, and he hands it over the middle. A good pickup there at 22. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. It's second down. Dalton looking. He's got time in the pocket. Steps away to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. Brandon LaFell, his intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Bullock will put this one through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Complete out right to Kurz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers, because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
Here's Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 10 yards still left on second down. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's the second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And on 2nd and 10 now. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the incomplete pass brings up second.